I think it's fair to say that in 2026, circular economy can receive a B+ for participation, but the impact in real life is desperately slow to appear. Some even start to question the possibility that it will ever reach actual market traction, at least without hefty public subsidies. That's the central scenario. And then you have the thematic experts who jump in, willing to do the work. But what's the work, you'll tell me? Find the types of hidden industrial solutions that can transform the way materials flow through the economy. But not any material. The three big ones: plastics, metals, and textiles. The ones which have significant impacts on human health, oceans and landscape, climate and biodiversity, both from their extraction and manufacturing and their end-of-life management. That's the work. And that's exactly what Lucy Mortimer in Archipelago does. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you so much, Jimena. I think you've basically covered it, so...
Cool.
I can
Let's go to the questions.
I can just check this now. Thank you. So, I'm delighted to be joining you this morning to introduce you to the ACE Fund, the Archipelago Circular Economy Fund. My name's Lucy Mortimer, and I'm one of the co-founders of the fund. So, Archipelago is a rarity perhaps in this room. We are a UK fund. We're investing in the UK, also in Europe. We're investing very early stage, and we are investing for material sustainability and circularity, and to decarbonize deeply embedded Scope 3 emissions within supply chains. And I loved your description of the three big materials. So these three materials, the ones that we focus on: plastics, which is our primary focus, and then textiles and metals, which many of you will know there's an overlap between the three. Between them, they account for over 500 million tons of waste materials entering the economy each year. And that's just where we are now. So, of course, the trajectory that we're expecting as we move to 2050 grows significantly. What we're looking to do with the Archipelago Fund is to back impactful technologies that can achieve scale within industry in order to drive impact at scale. We think that many of these technologies also, as we're moving through the development curve of the circular economy, are really well suited to venture. So although many of the technologies need to scale through infrastructure, right now the development curve means that at early stage they are IP-rich, they are made for industry, they are drop-in solutions. It's really well suited to venture, and also very well suited to a thematic approach, which is the one that we take. So to introduce you to the team, we're a science-based team. Justin is a chemist with an environmental technology background. This is how we see the world. We have an amazing team of strategic advisors across FMCG, plastics manufacturing, textiles, and waste. And the way that we approach this is we look for the big problems. We actively go out and find those big problems within industry, work with industry, and then find the solutions that will fit with industry to provide industrial transformation in supply chains. We're looking for those early stage techs that are disruptive, potentially leapfrogging the incumbent solutions. Our progress to date: so in the UK we launched our first strategy in 2023, the Circular Plastics Accelerator. Last year we had our seed close with our anchor builders vision of the ACE Fund. We are moving towards a first close later this year for the ACE Fund. We've already built a portfolio of 6 investments, hopefully soon to be 7 in the next few days, which we hope to announce. I know, I was hoping that we'd get there just in time, but not quite. We span things from such as Grey Parrot, who many of you will have heard of. They are one of the success stories of the circular economy, developing data and data streams from waste analytics. We invest in material innovation into technologies which are producing specialty chemicals, bio-based chemicals that can replace the incumbent fossil-based chemicals, and also into robotics and AI-led businesses. We are deeply thematic. We're pretty geeky about it, but we think that's actually very necessary in order to uncover the opportunities that are going to return both impact and financial returns to our investors. We have a very clear and very deep understanding of the full material life cycle, and we're also very pragmatic. Our backgrounds are all in climate finance, so we have worked with industry. Just covering very quickly how we do this, we run something called Archipelago Academy. It's our TAF. It's a not-for-profit. It sits alongside the fund. It supports impact learning for our startups and our portfolio, and also founder resilience. We're having our next event on the 27th of April in London. If any of you are in London, please do come and join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. Keep the mic for the questions. Thank you. So questions for Lucy? Yes, thank you. Yes, just after. Yes, thank you.
Hi, thank you. What share of the fund will you invest outside of the UK?
Which geographical areas? We invest in Northwest Europe as well as the UK.
Do you also realize synergies within the portfolio? I gather that you have a strong emphasis on systemic view on the cycle. Could you explain a little bit more how you do this?
That's such a great question, thank you. Yes, at many levels. So because we're looking across the life cycle of materials, we're looking how those materials can connect through different parts of the economy, so through reuse and through to end of life. And one of the ways that we do that is we're bringing together different companies within our portfolios, both through Academy and directly, into an approach where they can work collectively on different problems. So often we will find that we're able to marry two particular startups together to increase their output and their learning.
Yes.
Good morning. How is the technical assistance facility funded?
Well, if
Great
anybody
question.
would like to join us in the TAF, we're very open to that. At the moment, it's funded partly by Archipelago and partly by contributions from the startups. So when we bring them into the portfolio, we ask them to make a commitment within the side letter that means that they are also involved in their own impact journey. And that we think that's really important, that they have agency in that. But we also are applying for grant funding in order to support it and run it separately to the fund.
Good morning, Lucy. Can you tell us a little bit more about how your pipeline is developing? We often hear too much capital is chasing too few solutions. How do you look at that? Thanks.
Thank you. And I'm so sorry, I can't see you. It's a bit like being on a school stage, but hello. So we invest quite strongly in the UK, also Northwest Europe, but in the UK. And in the UK, our particular sector, if you add together all of the startups that are within the top 1,000 climate startups in the UK, circular economy is the second biggest pool of capital, the second biggest pool of startups. It's also the pool with the greatest concentration of female founders, interestingly. We don't find a shortage of deal flow. What we find is that we have to dive very deeply into the externalities of particular solutions to make sure they fit. And so we turn down a lot of solutions, to be honest, not just on the basis of are they profitable, because often they may be profitable, but they have to take into account the full life cycle of the material. But there's a lot of really interesting innovation coming out of the universities. I'm a mentor for Cambridge for one of their accelerators, so we find that we're deeply embedded within the university ecosystem.
Lucy, thank you.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you for the questions.